there was, I mean, slight pressure because obviously there's speculation who's going to play John, and you look at fan casting and you have these amazing looking actors and established actors who are attached by the fans, and you're thinking, oh, it's this guy. But then, yeah, when doing it, it was quite nice because Francesca and I were both quite new actors into this world, and what I loved about their bond was they had this commonality in which they enjoyed the silence of each other's company, so they wouldn't have to say much, but they knew exactly what they were saying in a way, had that inner monologue running, and they just enjoyed each other's company, which is really, really nice. And it's not often you get to sort of do scenes where you say no words, because acting is predominantly you have to speak and say words, but actually this is quite nice, sort of just sort of enjoy the time and the silence, which was quite nice, which sort of grounded the both of us.
Well, the reaction was yes, shaking down the house. that was the first one, and then the both aspects are being a brother and being a lover at the same time. It's wonderful. But I think for me with Marcus, it's such a genuine desire to experience true love, right? He hasn't had that, and so to be exploring that for the first time and to be showing up quite open and quite vulnerable, quite this is who I am kind of thing. It's nice to play. It's nice to play. We're in a time where once you're separated geographically, it's not so easy to communicate, right? We can't do a Zoom and have a talk and say, listen, some stuff happened in the past and we need to resolve that, right?
Sash it out.
So they've been apart for many years and haven't had an opportunity to bridge the gap. Marcus is largely unaware. He comes down going, this is big sis, right? And so he's unaware of what she's holding. So it's exciting as we start to discover that, and even playing it as you learn what has happened. He's completely oblivious to that. He's completely oblivious to it.
Yeah, I don't think he's necessarily. It sounds really bad. I don't think he's necessarily worried. I think he's probably sort of saying, I don't really have competition. Like it's not. But also, he's not trying that hard. Like he's not trying so hard, like like some of the other guys who are and trying to sort of make an impression. He's just. I mean, for goodness sake, he came, didn't say anything, and that was enough to make an impression. So I guess the saying "less is more" really does stick with him, and yeah, like I think what's nice is he eventually, as it goes on, he then sort of you see a different side to him being quite charming and quite thoughtful, even with the music and sort of, and he has an odd way of doing things and showing grand gestures. Like the music and writing out the whole song for her to play, and yeah, it's just he's really, really thoughtful, and I think that's what Francesca really loves. She doesn't care about sort of if you're going to have, she's really simple, which sounds weird, but she doesn't need the extravaganza. She just wants someone who's quite thoughtful, and I think John is that. Yeah, I think it's quite hard. I think he's obviously establishing a relationship with Francesca, and he begins to open up, and then when he has to open up to the family, it gets more intense. It's like, oh gosh, more people. There's 8 of them, and so I guess he makes his rounds and gets to know the brothers and the sisters and the mum. And what's quite nice is that there was a scene where I do meet Anthony and Kate, and he tries to make an impression and he gets really nervous, but what's really nice is Francesca is there to support, and we've already established that relationship, and she's almost like there if he needs her, because she knows her family's quite intense anyway. So she's like the reassuring hand on his back, and which is really lovely, which is what I love.
Because he's been away for so long, like he's been in the country, he moves at a different pace. You know, there's an ease to him where there isn't the pressure, right? So he's able to kind of enjoy that slower pace and enjoy that courtship, and he's very aware of you know, where she is, and the need to kind of take things slow. And he's a patient man. He's been out in the countryside looking at the trees and the birds, and you know, playing music, and so it's a different pace. It's not like today's modern pace of like, yo, let's swipe and let's go. You know, it's not like that. He's very different. So
Well,
yeah.